Hey y'all, welcome to Keela's Corner. Well, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. And if it works, you can say, well, I'll be damned. And if it don't, damn. Today, I'm going to be planning your grain stock. I took full advantage of the Mother's Day sale, and I'm going to get it planted out today. Let's do it. Okay, so for the Mother's Day sale, I got the original container, which is the long one. They have one that's shorter and it comes with like 7 tiers. This one comes with 5, and this was like $99. That's the sale. I think regular is like 160 or something like that. But extra, I got the lid with the swivel, so you can top water it better. This comes with it. That's part of the watering system. I did get extra. These are like trellises that fit in there. I also got greenhouse cups, so you can direct sow in here and cover it so the seeds can grow. Got 2 sets of those. I think it's like 6 in each pack. And it came with like magazines and stuff. I did also purchase a the wheel base set so that I can roll it and move it around. And that's everything. There is a special medium that you're supposed to create to put in these, but you can also just buy Happy Frog potting soil mix. They actually recommend that if you're going to buy a pre-bagged mix or a pre-mixed bag, then Happy Frog is the one to get. So I got a couple of those, 2 cubic feet per bag. It's expensive. The last green stock that I had, which is actually over there, I didn't even put all the tiers on it. I only put 2, so I have 3 more in the garage that I'm gonna set up. But I do want to go ahead and get some more stuff because you know they're playing in our face with our food. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one set up. I got a few things I want to put in it already, and yeah, let's do it. I am almost certain this is not going to be enough soil to fill all 5 tiers, but at least if I get a couple. I should have ordered the leaf tier, which is the shorter one, so I can get more tiers. And you can, the point of that one is to be able to plant plants, flowers, and you know, fruits and veggies that have a shallower root system. But anything that you can plant in the shorter ones, you can also plant in these. But this is good, like if you are growing things that do need deep roots, like you know, tomatoes and okra. There's a book that it comes with that tells you what you can grow in each. I might pull that out in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get these filled up. Greenstock also has, they tell you to make sure that this little hole is covered when you're filling the dirt in. And they sell this cute little carrot that will fit in there. But it's like $15. And it was also on sale. But I also have this cute little wine stopper from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 at the time, and it fits as well. So I'm just gonna put that in there and pour my dirt on top. And this bag is heavy, but it works really nicely. There is a fill line in here, so I just fill it to the line. Move it all around, make sure it's in there good. And this is like super light and fluffy. They want you to fill it to the fill line because this dirt will settle. Yeah, there's not very many sticks and stuff in here. There's a couple, but not enough to bother me. Fill it to the fill line because it will settle. And you can either fill it, stack it, and then plant, or you can fill it, plant, and stack as you go along. I don't really know which one is easier, but I'm kind of anxious to get it all done, so I'm gonna leave just a little space, about that much, because when I take some of the plants that I have, it comes with its own dirt, so I'm just gonna like make a hole, and then I'll have some reserved to backfill. So push some of that out because it'll move. Dust off my little cowboy hat. Get my watering tray that comes with it, stack that on there, and make sure that the little holes correspond with each leaf. And then grab the next one and do it again. Now you want to make sure that the tray, the watering tray, coincides. Make sure you don't have no dirt in there, because that'll clog up the holes. But yeah, so that fits in there like that. Make sure it's aligned. And then these will sit down. They have their own little things that they sit down on too. And it's all supposed to kind of click into place. But you can turn it just to make sure. And then you go on with continuing to fill it. Oh, I did also purchase their seed starting kit. So I'm going to reserve a little bit of this potting mix to fill that. Because I'm also, in addition to the green stalk, I am building some raised beds over there. That's going to be, smells so good. So yeah, I am gonna start some seeds, although it's kind of late in the season already. But our planting season is pretty long as far as like summer crops go, because it's just hot. So even if I get some stuff in the start seeds, I think I'll still have plenty of time to get good harvest out of them. But in addition to that, I can also just direct sow some stuff, and it'll be great. So just make a little more room. Start your next one. Boop. Make sure it fits down into the thing. Line it up. Oh, that one was much easier. And there are holes on the insides of these to drain everything all the way through. So like it works. It's a really good system. Actually, these do need some more dirt in the middle. Find the directions. Fill it all the way through. Now what I do with my little hat? Now this is my first time using Happy Frog, and it really does smell really good for it to be dirty. what I'm going to do is just fill as many of my trays and then stack them. So it seems to be faster and easier. Also trying to be extra careful not to waste any of this on the ground. Like I said, this dirt was expensive, but you only gotta buy it once. Let me open this other bag. Okay, I also went ahead and grabbed the seed starting kit so that I can go ahead and get that filled up. And they're so cute. So, you know, fill them up. They sit in these trays. This tray lifts up. There's a well here, so you fill this tray. It waters everything because this one has holes too, so it sits. These trays sit in here. Once you fill all of these with dirt, they also have their own terrarium domes. To keep everything, you know, you gotta protect your seedlings. So I'm excited actually, you know, because it's so warm out. I can actually start these seeds outside and they'll probably grow a little bit faster rather than keeping them in the house under a lamp and under or on top of a heat mat, because it's pretty warm out here. So they, you know, the heat will take care of that. Just keep it watered. It'll keep it nice and it'll do what it's supposed to do. So let me get these filled and then I'll continue filling up the rest of these with the dirt that I have. I'm almost certain I'm not going to have enough because I only bought 2 bags of the Happy Frog. But we're gonna make it do what it do, baby. Let me see what I do. Okay, I really don't want to get dirt everywhere, all over the inside of that, so I think I'm just gonna take it out and put it there, like so, like that, as Miss Brown says. Oh, this bag is drier than the other one. And the thingamabobs. So, yeah, do that. I'm just gonna stack that because it's a little bit easier. I'm gonna have to price check and see. With my last green stock, I actually bought the 3 different components to make the soil. I'm gonna have to see if that was actually less expensive than buying these 2, or if it just evens out. I don't remember because I bought that one like 2 years ago. Probably, I'm sure it was less expensive because I think for these 2 bags of soil, they're like $30 each for the 2 cubic feet, which is pricey to me. But if it's worth it, then it's worth what it's worth. It is nice and fluffy, I will say that. think they sell a smaller bag of this, and it's like 12 quarts dry soil or something it says on the label, and that's like $20. So I think I'm gonna get just one more, because you know when you plant your seeds you have to put a little bit more on top. So I'll probably get just a little bit more, just so I can make sure we have enough. Oh, I do like that. These are so pretty, and this is such a pretty color too. I was excited that they actually had some pretty colors. Whew. One more. I'm excited, y'all. There's a lot happening in the garden this year. Yeah. I'm taking out these carpenter bees that are eating on my house, to building some raised garden beds over there. The chickens seem to be happy. I'm gonna try and get their coop build, their new coop build this year. So that's on the books. It's a lot. Trying to get a lot done. Okay, this one is over full. So I'm just gonna take some of that. Put it in there. Oh yeah. Y'all don't have to bear with me. I don't fast forward stuff through my videos. Not yet, anyway. Alright, this will be, this is the last one. Ooh. That's other. What I got? Onions, tomato, well, chives, onions, tomatoes. What else? Peppers, marigolds, and then everything else I'll probably be starting from seed. Like I have some nasturtiums I want to get going, some cucumbers I want to get going. That's probably what's going to end up in these. Okay. I'll tell you what, using vertical space at my age is gonna be top tier. And having a raised bed rather than something on the ground is also going to be extremely beneficial to me. Because my God. Alright, hopefully I didn't get a bunch of dirt down in the bottom. Let's see. Make sure that's nestled. Press it down real good in there. Whew. This one up. Oh, that one over there. Okay. I was like, where's the, should be one more. I think I got just enough dirt for that one. Maybe something shallow. Going up. Up, 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 up. This is the first time that I filled. I love this little carrying tray. Like you can pick up the whole thing. I love that. I love that for me. Whew. Let's move back a little bit so we can get the full everything. Might be helpful to make sure the brakes are off on the wheels that have them. So she'll roll. So much easier. All right. Last tier. I'm excited. This will be my first year using all of the tiers. Just enough. Okay, so if you go a little bit lenient, or no, because I filled up a little bit with potting soil. So 2 cubic feet, 2 bags, if you're going this route of the Happy Frog, is enough to fill up a 5-tier freestyle. And I'm okay if it's a little short in some of the tiers. It'll be just fine. Depending on what you want to grow. I've seen some people on the internet growing strawberries in their green stalks. Because, you know, strawberries make runners, and so I already have all the pockets to just make it. And then last but not least, the watering implement. So, oh, that sits down on those too. You water the top. The water goes down into that hole and trickles down into each plate and also into the soil, and it goes all the way down. The bottom layer has a catch filter that will also collect a little bit of water, and then there's this spout here that if it's sitting in the grass or near, you know, the edge of the walkway or whatever, that water will drain out of the hose and, you know, where you want it to go, to direct itself. So I do like that. I don't think I used the drainage hose on the other one. I just kind of put it where it drains into it's close to the edge of the patio, so it just drains into the yard. So, oh, I got the waffle weave on the last one. This one is just regular stone is what this one is. Whereas for weeds. And so I bought these marigolds. I'm gonna add them because I have a tomato plant in here. This is an overwintered tomato plant. This was from last year. I just left it in here, put the whole thing in the garage over the winter, and it came back on its own. I do need to, trim it, but it's growing, so I'm just gonna let it grow. I have a strawberry plant in here. I'm not even sure why I did that. There's some cilantro in this pocket that I started from seed, but it's hot, so I'm not expecting it to do much. I'm gonna put these marigolds in just to help this tomato plant with the pest pressure. This is Greek oregano. I added, it's doing pretty good. I like that. I tried a purple basil in here, but I don't know what happened to it. These two pockets are empty. I have a rosemary that's been in here since last year. It's doing really, really well. In fact, I need to take some cuttings. And then I have a basil in here. I need to trim it so it'll bush out some more as well. So I do have some, some things I need to take care of. I may order another bag so I can finish out the other 3 tiers of this one. And let's see what happens. Okay, mostly I'm just thinking through what I want to do. I have some tomato plants, and I don't know where I want to put them yet. This is a better bush tomato, and when I do have to buy plants, I always buy plants that have 2 in there. If you're gonna pay this much for a plant, make sure you get your money's worth. So yeah, I have some that have, so this is 4 plants. And in these 4 plants, basically what I'm going to also do when I separate them is find the sucker, which is the plant between the stems. You're supposed to take those off. You throw them away, or you can root them and plant them as well. And they will basically grow a whole nother plant for you. I don't see any on these, are too young. And I normally actually don't even take my suckers off most of the time. I was trying to see if I have some on my original plant, which I do, but oddly enough, the sucker that I have, fruit is literally coming out of that. So we won't be trimming the suckers on these. It will just stay. But so this is a sucker. This one right here. If it were bigger, or when it gets bigger, I'm going to pinch that off and propagate it and plant it. And I'll have another tomato plant that's already basically mostly mature, because this one is already fruiting and it's doing pretty well. And it's in its 2nd year, so. But yeah, one of these tomatoes, probably the smaller one, because it'll have room to grow. And I'm going to put it on the bottom tier. That way, I don't know if this is a determinate or indeterminate. It doesn't tell me, which is odd. I can probably look it up for the better bush. A determinate tomato means it's going to grow, it's going to put out all its tomatoes at once for the season, and then it will die. An indeterminate, which is what that one is, that I was able to overwinter from last year, it will keep growing and growing and growing until something kills it. Usually it's cold, but if you overwinter it, then it won't die. So I don't know which one this is. It's supposed to say it on the thing, but it doesn't. So, but yeah, I'm gonna plant it on a bottom tier. Also, I want to show y'all this. This one is already, where's that flower? The little flower there. We are going to pluck her off because we don't want this plant yet to be focused on flowering and putting off fruit I'm gonna put it through shock by separating it and planting it. So she needs to be focused on growing roots. So I'm gonna put probably 2 in the bottom, 1 over here, 1 over there. So I'll put a marigold here. And as it grows, I'm gonna add a trellis there, there, there. So if it is an indeterminate, it's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. Yeah, so I'll just trellis it so it'll have something to hold on to. Here's another tomato. This one is a cherry tomato, so hopefully it'll be small and bushy, but also 2 plants. Yay. So I'll put this one on the other side. Probably on the 3rd tier. That way it'll have some space to go up as well. And then I'll put this other marigold here. I'll put some nasturtiums in here, which will also help deter pests. And some green onions. And this is some cilantro that I seeded as well. Because I killed the original cilantro that was in here. It's hot. Cilantro bolts. It doesn't like the heat. But it also needs a lot of water, which it wasn't getting when it was just sitting in this pot forever. I'm going to put it on the top. That way it'll get the most water. And it'll be easy to just, cut and come again. So I have some onions in the house, some green onion. The white parts, you cut those off, you could plant those and they will grow, which is also what I had done to these. These are store-bought green onions that I just used what I was going to use and then planted the root, and they just kept growing. So those are nice. These will be in there like that. I did buy a couple of other things that are just in random places. That is a pepper that I overwintered from last year. But I did buy a couple of other new peppers that are going to go in some of my other pots that I already have. So this is a new pepper. This is a new pepper. 2 new peppers, because again, 2 plants. Oh, I have to repair her. Another tomato. I bought, now let me show you this lime tree. I bought this key lime tree, and it actually, I think this is like 3 trees. They made it nice and bushy, but it is 3 separate trees. There's 1, there's 2, and then there's this 3rd one in the back. 2 of them have fruit on them already, and I'm super excited about it. So, and then there's some other little ones growing. So I'm gonna have some key limes, and I'm super excited about that because I love limes. I like limes more than I like lemons, and limes are actually a naturally occurring fruit, whereas, did you know lemons were man-made? So life doesn't give us lemons. Mankind did, and we just been making lemonade. Making some key lime pie. Okay, so now that I kind of know where I want everything to go for right now, I'm gonna go ahead. What a wasp or a dirt dauber? It's a dirt dauber. If it's a dirt dauber, it can live. If it's a wasp, it need to go. Dirt daubers are actually really beneficial. They build these dirt nests in the corner of your windows. I don't know if y'all can see that over there. Anyway, yeah, that's a dirt dauber. She's going in there. Those are good to have. They kill spiders. So let them build their nest on your window or wherever, and then at the end of the season, when she vacates, you can knock it down. But those don't bother nobody. They actually help. So let's get this marigold in here. I'm just gonna move some dirt. Hopefully I don't knock this over when I roll it. Let's move this one. I'm just gonna move some dirt up to the edge and backwards into the thing, because I'm planting this whole thing. I'm not, oh, look at that. That is so root bound. That's terrible how they be treating these plants. I'm gonna tear this whole bottom layer off. That's terrible. I should have been saving some of that. Fluff it out a bit. You know what? I have a mat just for this. Boom. Amazon. Actually, take the ends, pinch them together, and it'll make a square flat bowl that will catch all the dirt. Isn't that convenient? So you don't waste nothing. Yay. I'm gonna open these roots. Just open the roots. Stick that in there. And that's why I was supposed to fill this all the way to the top. Because now there's no extra soil. Just stick my hand in there on the other side and push some of the dirt into that cavity. And take some from the next one and just backfill this side. So yeah, maybe 3 bags for a full tier. That ought to do it. I actually love that thing. Now I'm not even worried about it. And they say you're supposed to plant it at an angle so that it sticks out that way, which is cool. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Just kind of move the dirt around. Take my husky cherry tomato. I'm gonna separate this. I said I did. That's really soft. Keep some of your dirt in there. Oh, you are going to be in transplant shock for real. Let's put one root here. And that's a tomato already. Let's put her over here. I want 2 of the same plant in the same planter. Maybe I'll put her over there. Well, this is a cherry tomato. I already have cherry tomatoes over there. Flying things. We're just gonna get it done. Best way you know how, anyway you know how. Just get it done. I'm just pushing some of the dirt because all these other ones are empty, so I'm not really concerned about them. I will fill them some other time. And I'll just have to remember that that this one little thing goes for that. I'll get another little tag. Make sure she has enough dirt all around her. Okay, tomatoes, done. Woohoo! A marigold, done. We got another marigold down here. And unfortunately, I could not find any marigolds that had more than one in the pot. So I'm just going to take some of the roots off of her. And don't worry, you're not hurting the plant by doing that. It's actually helping. And putting her here. And I'm just going to move some of this other dirt around. Yep, so I will be ordering another bag of dirt. And then we're just gonna water these in really, really, really well tonight. I thought I might try to save the ones that have 2 of them in there and plant one somewhere else, but as we are losing daylight and I am losing steam, they just all gonna go in this planter. So put one right here. Push the dirt up around it so she's nice and snug. And then I plant this one on the other side. And I'm okay with having a bunch of tomatoes because I was in the store the other day and tomatoes were $3.99 a pound. Yeah, so I'm okay if I am inundated with tomatoes from these plants. And that's not straight. Let's get you sitting straight up. Nice. Okay. And your tag goes here. And another one of you on the other side. Cool. Do I want to go ahead and put a pepper in here? Might as well. Yeah, let's do it. This is a jalapeno. Let's see if I can separate it and let's put you here. Peppers actually, pepper plants, they can get a little bit big sometimes. See his roots? It's not bad. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put this whole plant in here. I don't feel like moving it and separating it. Where do I want to put you though? Let's go here. Oh, I can go here. I just kind of had that sitting there just to see what it was gonna look like, but this would actually be a good spot for Mr. Jalapeno. And again, I'm just gonna break open the bottom, even though this one's not as root down as the other ones. It'll probably be fine. But stick it in there, scoop the dirt around it, put some on top. Could have been a little bit deeper, but it is what it is because it's gonna rain. And even though it's gonna rain, I'm still gonna water this in to get rid of, you know, the immediate air pockets and stuff. Okay, that in there. Okay, and let's go ahead and get my cilantro. That's it. Yeah, something has bitten me on my ankle. On my ankle bone. Okay, so we're just gonna get it in here. Hopefully they won't get too mad from being moved. I'm just gonna drop it right there. Boom. Scoop. And scoop. It'll settle on its own, and when I water it, I don't really want to disturb it too much. Cilantro don't like to be moved. It's best to just direct sow cilantro, to be honest. Yep, something bit my ankle. Oh, that's itchy. Okay, cilantro done. Marigold direct sew some other stuff some other time. Right now I'm gonna go inside. Those are how those fit on. I have a bunch more of those. So I'll direct sew some flowers, nasturtiums and stuff. I'm not gonna do nothing with her tonight. She just gonna sit over here. She'll be fine. And this one too. I'll plant those tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, let me get all of this dirt that I dropped collected. Look at that. This is cute. And put it over. Whoa. A little bit in this one. Some over here in this one. Why you do that one? I don't know. I'm just gonna put her in the top because the top is missing a lot of dirt because I didn't have enough left in the bag. So then you just unfold it. You can wipe it down if you're doing it in the house, or just fluff it out. Roll it back up and it's ready for use for the next time. This is like $7 on Amazon. Nice. Alright, let me water these in and then I'm done for the night. I'm gonna go in the house and maybe plant some seeds in my seed starting kit. Yeah. Alright, put her over there. Okay, so when these do come out, these are the trellises that I bought for these. I don't know if I will purchase them again because I bought this trellis from the Depot of Homes, and I feel like it works better because it just stands taller. I can clip stuff onto it. This is probably something for like flowers or beans that kind of bush out. But I'm gonna put this one over here under this tomato for now just to see if I like it. I already kind of don't, but I already bought them. So, but yeah, they just slip in there like that. I have another stack that I'm not gonna set up tonight, and then of course I showed y'all these. So I'm gonna water her, both of them. This one is supposed to be easy because then I can just slide the top open and just pour water in. Let me show you what it's doing. So, pour it in, and you can already see how it's dripping a little bit from underneath. That water in turn goes down into this one, and you can see it trickling down through. And as each tier gets done, water just continues to trickle down to the next one. You can see a little bit of this one coming through, and it's just going to continue to go all the way down. Now I can see where this one isn't even in there correctly because it's overflowing like crazy. So I need to pop that one into place. There we go. So it's supposed to be a little, you know, a drip. A drip. A drip. A trickle. Into each section. Which is also awesome because when I fertilize my plants, I can literally just add some fish fertilizer into the top cavity, and it'll dilute itself as I'm putting the water in there. So I am going to gently water each particular cavity where I actually put a plant, just to get rid of the air bubbles at the roots, so those can settle in. That didn't do what it was supposed to do, but let me put this down. I forgot I had a couple more in the small one to plant. So let's get these marigolds in. Just open up the bottoms. Excuse me. Lots of bugs. Okay, that's nice. Water those in. I'm done for the evening. That is it. And those are my green stalks. Yes, just go to the website if you're interested in ordering some. I don't have a code or anything. I just really like this product. I'm not an affiliate or anything yet, but get you a green stalk and grow something, because like I said, they're playing in our face with our food. So not over here, not in Kila's corner. Peace.